The most important ingredient of a robust performance management system is intention and purpose. And why do I say that? What is the purpose of performance management in your organization? Is it to reward people? Is it to develop people? Is it to improve capability? All of it? If you want to just reward people, don't bother doing performance management. It's just a chore. It'll create an additional process. Everybody will hate it. Nobody will want to do it. Nobody will trust it. It'll just be a source of like, how do I get paid? But if you're looking to build capability in the organization, right? If you are building capabilities around, also telling people how they are doing and how they can do better, right? And telling people how they are doing is not a ritual that you do once a year, right? It's something that you do on an ongoing basis. We do that with our children as well, right? We do not tell them like once in 12 months, hey, you did a great job, or you are not doing as great a job, as in how we see things. So continuous feedback, one of the biggest ingredients of or elements of robust performance management. How do you create that continuous feedback loop, right? Now, feedback, I would talk about it in terms of two dimensions. One is continuous feedback, or continuity of feedback, or cadence of feedback. Second is sources of feedback, right? You are working with so many people in the organization, whether you like it or not, you're working with them. So when you are talking about feedback, it's not just feedback from my line manager, it's feedback from other people. Because my line manager may see my outcomes or certain interactions, but there are other people who are working with me. And the best way for people to really know how they are doing is to use multiple data points, all-round feedback, peer feedback, feedback from other leaders who they've worked with, and even from subordinates, to really understand who they are as a performer and how they are doing. So feedback is an important element because that helps people understand how they are doing and how they can improve. The other element of performance management is development, right? And which is so much ignored because development becomes a completely isolated thing where development is separate from performance management. I don't think so. I think because the purpose is clear, if the purpose is to build capability, improve performance, improve value of the organization, you have to help your people develop, right? And so performance management is incomplete without development conversations, without development pathways, without development plans. There are two more things. One is then there's fairness. How do you ensure that the process is fair? And how do you make it objective? So objectivity comes from, of course, the process, like how do you run the process? How do you explain the process, the transparency? But how do you gather views and perspectives? Calibration, how well you calibrate performance, right? Especially in organizations where you have ratings, right? And I would say the last piece is how do you make it simple and in the flow of work? Because if it becomes very cumbersome, where people are like finding it so difficult and it becomes like they have to give up all their day duties and just focus on performance management, it becomes a chore. So how do we create a performance management system or model that is easy to administer? And the easiest way is if you're giving continuous feedback, performance management becomes very easy because there are no surprises. And rating is something that you get at the end of the year. I'm quite agnostic either ways. You have ratings, you don't have ratings, either way is good, depending on the organization, right? For some, it's okay. For some, you need ratings because you need more objectivity. Leaders are not mature, or we need to objectively measure performance. But these components which I talked about are extremely important to create a robust performance management that adds value to the organization and is not just a checklist.